Hi, my name's Karen and I'm 49 now. I was 45 when I was first diagnosed with my breast cancer. I have one son and one daughter and a husband, and I've been working full-time, 35 hours before I was diagnosed, and went back to work for full-time afterwards as well, but doing a different job because of what I went through. And then in 2011 I was diagnosed with breast cancer, January 2011.
So you've come a long way, you know, in these last few years since your diagnosis. Do you feel that there's any problem areas that you still want to address, or do you see things still continue to improve naturally in the future?
Problem areas, I don't know whether I'd say.
Well, if nothing springs to mind, it suggests there isn't a major problem for you.
No.
But you did describe yourself as maybe 85%.
Yes, I mean, yeah, probably the only problem area I would say is fitness and feeling tired.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes you think, well, is it me or is it what I've been through? And you think back and I think, well, I'm sure I was able to do things a lot better than I was when I was diagnosed. So you do put that down to what you've been through. And I don't know whether you'll ever, you know, ever get that back.
Do you still have a target, something to aim for in terms of activity and fitness?
Yeah, I mean, you know, now the summer's here and you know, we're going to go and try and get out for longer walks and things like that, and I would love to be able to run for a marathon or something like that. Be able to do that.
I mean, that's a brilliant ambition, but it's so hard for anyone to do.
Yes.
I can't believe how many people seem to do it.
Yeah.
The London Marathon, I think, this weekend.
Yeah.
But if people ever try to run even a short distance from scratch, it's hard.
I did do the Race for Life, and I did run in that, which was, you know, quite good.
A kind of a taster.
Yeah.
But for a good cause.
Yeah.
And what was your experience of that? Would you recommend it?
Yes, I would recommend it. I mean, I was going to walk it, but my daughter made me run it. So, yes, yeah. I mean, I would say anything that, you know, you can give back as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you can.
Yeah.
To do something like that.
Well, I was about to say, we've talked a lot about problem areas, which of course people want to hear. But do you feel any positives have come out of this cancer diagnosis?
Positives, I would say I've met some wonderful friends. You know, I still see every month. Positives that you, instead of putting off things in your life, you get up and do now. I've been to Australia, New Zealand, Dubai, see my family in New Zealand since. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that. I would have put it off and said, no, I can't afford it, or wouldn't have done it. So yeah, and I also think you appreciate life more, and you're not so worried about little things, and nicer probably. You're
prioritising in a way what's important for you.
Yeah.
Focusing on some of the good parts of life.
Yeah.
Taking less for granted maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
And all those are very important to hear about from people who are watching at an earlier stage.
Yeah.
Who think it's just about lots of negatives right now.
Yeah, yeah, and you do think, I mean, when you're first diagnosed and that, you think, I mean, when I was first diagnosed, I thought, that's it. I'm not going to see my 50th birthday, which is this year. So I was thinking, no, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be able to do this. And, you know, I can't think of anything. I can't plan anything in the future. But I think as the years go by, you know, you do feel more uplifted and think there's, you know, you're on the road to recovery.
What's your outlook for the future now?
To carry on doing and seeing things that are on my bucket list to tick off and to do and to and just enjoy life, I think. You know.
Why not? I think you've done really well, Karen, coming through all this, and you had that big period where you really were suffering emotionally with everything, you know, anxiety and maybe depression as well at the time. And you had, in a way, a slightly delayed initial diagnosis and some complications along the way. But, you know, looking at things probably, 3 years now later, you really wouldn't know all those things you've come through, and that's a marker of how well you're doing.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for coming in and sharing your experiences with us. I know people will find it very useful.
I hope so.
All the best. Keep in touch.